mile out of town. You're like, where are we going? They're like, we're almost there. It's just a couple more blocks. 30 minutes later, you're like, I don't want to be here. You should take me back to my dorm room. They stop in like in this abandoned barn, throw you out of the car. They're like, okay, vote now. Do you want to be stabbed or shot? So needless to say, I'm not going to use those. I know you guys have had this. Have you ever woken up in the morning, just you had the best stretch of your life, get out, crawl out of your bed that's 18 feet in the air, and if you fall, you will die. And then you get downstairs, you pour your, Fruit Loops or whatever your favorite cereal is, because mine's not Fruit Loops. I just can't think of any other right now. And then you get your jug of milk. You've been waiting for this all night. Like, you dreamt about cereal, and you wake up in the morning, you're like, I want cereal now. I need a cereal more than I need to pee, and that is bad. And then you pour your milk, and you're all happy, and it's like, no! My milk is old and lumpy! Shit! That ruined my entire day. I have 13 tests today, and I'm not even going to class. Guys, there's a lot of things wrong with the world right now, and it's not the climate, because I like the cold weather, because I'm sweat a lot. The economy, that's not bad. Let's just print some more money. Now hold on, I just pissed off like 10 of you. You're like, you can't do that. That doesn't work that way. Sorry. But the real thing that's wrong with this country is my Super Sweet 16. I hate that show. Half of them aren't even 16. They look like they're like 35. Their parents are like 90. Their parents aren't even famous, but they have more money than any of us all do combined. Like, they could pay all our tuition and still go to Culver's afterwards. And like, these girls just bitch throughout the whole show. Like, they're gonna get every single thing they want, but they go to the car dealership and they're like, I want the 2013 Lamborghini Hummer. And their parents are like, well honey, that's pretty expensive. I think we're gonna get you the 2005 Prius Lamborghini Hummer. And she's pissed. She like walks out of the dealership, like punches her grandma in the face. She's like, I want that Hummer. And then she gets to her party and they always buy this shit car because they have like the money to do that. And she gets pissed and like runs away, and all her friends are like, she's such a bitch. But I love her because she invited me. And we get candy and money. Our candy is wrapped in $100 bills. It's crazy. And then after she walks away, her friends are like, no, Stephanie Shanika Lika Lika, come back. And then she comes back and she got the exact car that she wanted, and she freaks out and she's like, okay mom, I don't have to kill you in your sleep now. Well, as you guys can probably tell, maybe, you might not be able to, I hate working out. It makes me sweaty and I get tired. And I just really wish that those commercials were true, where they're like, instant abs, have abs for breakfast. You like drink this powder, go to sleep, wake up, open up your sheet, and you're like, oh my god! Yes! Abs! You like walk to class? Yeah. I've done these my whole life. Like 6 hours last night. That'd be amazing. I'm pretty sure everyone wants that. So it's getting really cold now, and I think it's supposed to snow like tomorrow or something, maybe. Yeah, I know, it sucks, right? How many of you guys like the cold? Do you like being cold? Woo! Why do you go to school in Wisconsin? You could have picked anywhere to go to school, and you're like, I'm going to go to school in Wisconsin where it's cold 12 months out of the year. That's a good idea. Save some tuition there. I like the winter, because if you're cold, just put on more clothes and shut up. But in the summer, if you're hot, there's only a legal amount of clothing you can take off until you start offending small children and old people. There's one thing I do like about summer, though. I really like driving around, in my car, seeing all the scenery and everything. But driving in the summer is pretty dangerous because I don't know about you guys, but I listen to my iPod while I'm in my car, and I have like 12,000 songs that I hate on there and like 15 that I actually like. So, like a shitty song comes on, I'm like, I gotta change it. And there's like 12 lanes of traffic, they're all honking their horns, and I'm like, this is more important. When is the letters gonna fucking come up? Then you get to like Z, and then the letters come up, and you're like, damn it! That should come up sooner. This sucks. You killed like 12 people. Another, oh my god. Do you guys have GPS in your car? Like, yeah? Do you have a Garmin, or who has a Garmin? Yeah? Who has a TomTom? Fuck TomTom! I have a TomTom, and it does not take me where I want to go. I type, like lacrosse. Half of you don't know where that is. I type lacrosse into my TomTom. It should take me like a half hour. TomTom takes me on this crazy route, like through Madison, Texas, Minnesota, and I'm like, well, I want to go this way, and TomTom for 3.5 hours is like, please make a U-turn where possible. Please make a U-turn where possible. Make a U-turn where possible, or you blow up your car, Brandon. A U-turn, Jesus. I have a week to spend driving around. That's awesome. Another thing that's great about the summer is you're like half the time when you're going on vacation with your family or something, you're out in the middle of nowhere, and you're like 100 miles from the next town, and your little gas gauge is right on the E, and you get up to that gas station that's been there since like 1902. They have like 2 pumps that look like fucking Wall-E, and the gas station manager's sitting outside in a wheelchair, like picking his belly button, like, come buy some gas or give you a candy bar. Your gas gauge is on E, so you have like no other choice than to drive by and walk 100 miles to Quick Trip. So I'm not going there. Buy gas and get raped. I don't know about you guys, but I had a roommate last year, super skinny, ran cross country and just ran for fun, like in his room when we were in high school. He was like 100 pounds, I swear, when we left high school. And we come to college, and a lot of people gain the freshman 15. He wishes he gained it. He gained the freshman, holy shit. He couldn't fit out of our door when he left. I come back from class and I'd be like, Joey, you want to go to lunch? And he's like, no, I'm not hungry right now. And he's got he's eating pizza and gummies and fruit roll-ups and shit, and like 2 hours later, after he's eaten the whole time, he's like, okay, I'm hungry now. Like he had to pre-game for eating. Give me another shot of bacon, I'm ready, let's go. Lift my legs up, I gotta eat these Fruit Loops. Alright guys, I hate it when I'm late to class. I'm late to class like 90% of the time. And when you walk into class late, you're like sweaty as hell, because the class you're late for is always on 4th floor Harvey. Right? And the elevator just closed. Damn it. And you get into class, you're sweaty already, and the person next to you is like, I should have showered this morning. And when you walk through the door, everyone, I don't care what you're watching on TV, you could be watching porn in your class, and when you walk through the door, everyone's like, and you try to not look at them, and you see it right out of your peripheral vision, though, you walk to your desk, and they all look at you, and then look at the clock. And that one girl that's been there like 15 minutes before class started is like, really, what's his excuse? This is at 8 a.m. This is at 8. He didn't have class before this. There's no 6 a.m.s that go for 2 fucking hours. I would take 6 a.m.s if they were, because I'm going to graduate in 3 weeks. My parents want. And the days I walk in late for class are always exam days too, which is the worst, because then everyone's early on those days, and I walk in and it's not super late, but it's late enough to piss off the professor. You walk into class, it's like 2 minutes late, it's, you hit the door handle, and it's normally quiet, sometimes a little loud. You hit the door handle and it's like, and everyone looks at you and they're pissed. Like, yeah, they're always pissed. And the professor is sitting there on Facebook or whatever the hell they do on their computers when they're taking tests, and he just looks at you and glares at you when you walk in. And you avoid him too, and you pretend you didn't remember it was a test day, and you walk to your, you're walking to your desk, and he lifts up the exam, and you go, oh yeah, that was today. Oh, okay, thanks. And you go grab your exam, and you go sit down, and you start your exam, and the whole time the professor's just staring right at you. No one else. You were the one that walked in late, so he watches you the whole time because he knows you're gonna cheat. But the person next to you haven't seen in class since orientation. You didn't even know he was in your class, and he's sitting next to you. He's on page 15. You're still on the second problem. You're like, what the hell? We've been in here for 10 minutes. You're crazy. And the professor's staring at you, and every time you look at him, he just gives you that look like, don't cheat. I'm gonna fail you if you cheat right now. Those are the greatest. And always during, okay, I won't say always, because someone is gonna be sitting there next to their friend and be like, this didn't happen today and I had an exam. 99% of the time when you're taking an exam, you're sitting there, it's really quiet, because everyone doesn't know what the hell the answers are. All of a sudden you hear it. You all know the noise too. And some of them are really cool too. They're like, and you're sitting there, and sometimes it's you, and you hate it to be. It was me today, actually. That sucked. The kid next to me was pissed. He's like, really? You couldn't just put it one click down on silent, you prick. And that kid is always like, you know, if it's a lecture or something, he's sitting there like staring right at the professor, and it's like. Text back. It's like 13 pages long. He's moving his thumb like. I don't know how he does it. Puts it back in his pocket. 1 second later, brings it up. It's 13 pages long. Does it again. Tries to hit the button quick to shut it off, and all of a sudden it's like, baby, don't hurt me, don't hurt me, no. Turns his phone back in his pocket. Then the professor looks at him, so that's great for me. And yeah, that just pisses the professors off. All right, guys. Well, thanks. I had a lot of fun. Did you guys like it? Yeah?